again, this time for our Spring Awakening series. As always, I'm going to wait a minute or so to see who's going to join me live, and today we are going to talk about navigating the total lunar eclipse. We're going to talk about how to embrace transformation. And yeah, we'll see where this conversation is going to take us. Hello, Leslie. Let me know how you are. I'm just waiting for others to join me. And hi, Sonia. And if you're watching it on a replay, remember that you can, hi, Magdalena. You can always leave a comment, and it can be anything to do with what's going on in your life, but you can also comment on anything that I'm going to be mentioning during this talk today. Hello, how are you? A quick sip of tea and we can get going. Hi, Sonia. Hello. Let's get started. And whoever is going to join, hi, Gina, later on, they're going to join the conversation. I am so excited because we are exploring today together the powerful energy of the total lunar eclipse in Virgo. So this is happening on March 13th. Is it on Friday? I think it's Friday. So if you've been feeling emotional, really emotional, restless, or maybe you've been sensing a major shift, this eclipse is likely amplifying those feelings. Hi, Lee. So nice to see you. So eclipses are really portals of transformation. They bring endings, new beginnings, and awakenings, and they can clear the path for us to step into alignment with our highest purpose. So let's get excited about it instead of feeling down, and let's embrace everything. But today, really, I want to talk about, and you can add on, good afternoon, Marta, good afternoon, good morning for you, hi. So today we are going to explore the deeper meanings of this eclipse, and I'm going to talk a little bit about karmic shifts, cycles of completion, and I don't want to use all that complicated terminology. I'm going to try and simplify it, and also if you really feel like you have no idea how to find for yourself what's going on, you can book a reading, whether it's with myself or anyone else who's going to help you navigate help you with any life lessons that are emerging right now. But this life is for anyone who just wants to do something for themselves. Sonia, I feel so confident to make changes in my life. I was always worried about changes, etc. But for some reason, I feel brave and confident. Yeah, so happy to witness that. Thank you so much for sharing it. So, a total lunar eclipse is a very rare and powerful cosmic event. And unlike a regular full moon, let me know, like I always feel things like so much because I was born in full moon. So like, let me know whether you've noticed a pattern, how you feel around full moon for yourself. I'm very curious to hear that. But unlike a regular moon, which brings illumination and release, a lunar eclipse supercharges these energies. So often around those eclipses, we might also become aware of things that were hidden from us. So this eclipse is happening in the sign of Virgo, which is associated with healing and purification, releasing outdated patterns, embracing structure and order, and aligning with your higher purpose. So think of this eclipse as a cosmic detox, clearing out old energy so you can move forward with greater clarity. And I want you to be excited about it, excited about the spring coming, excited about new beginnings. So if you've been holding on to relationships, habits, or mindsets that no longer serve you, this is the perfect time to release them. This eclipse may also bring sudden revelations or life shifts, especially in areas related to health, work, daily routines, but also spiritual growth. So if something feels like it's changing in your life, Trust that this is happening to realign you with your highest path. I want to mention a little bit about karmic shifts, cycles of completion, and spiritual awakenings, because lunar eclipses are portals of change and they bring big shifts in your life, whether you're expecting them or not, and whether sometimes you want them to happen or not. That's another thing. But these shifts often feel fated, like things suddenly aligning or falling apart without much explanation. So how can you know for yourself if this eclipse is triggering something like a karmic shift or spiritual awakening for you? I am going to mention a couple of signs to look out for. So, repeating patterns or lessons coming back. So I would like you to get curious, and you can journal after this live as well. I would like you to get curious. Have you noticed the same themes, struggles, or emotions resurfacing lately? And you can leave a comment here as well. Are you perhaps dealing with a similar situation from the past, but this time you feel like you're handling it differently? Or perhaps you keep encountering the same type of people or challenges as if the universe is testing you. If you feel like it's a yes to like one or maybe all of those questions, this could be a karmic lesson completing itself. That's exciting. So an old cycle is closing and you're being given a chance, yes, to make a different choice this time. Also, during this eclipse, you might feel suddenly done with certain people, jobs, or situations. So I want you to get curious and ask yourself, do you feel a strong pull to walk away from something, even if you don't fully understand why? And then 2 other questions. Are you realizing that a relationship, job, or belief no longer fits who you are becoming? And finally, does something in your life feel like it's reaching its natural ending? If you feel that an answer is yes to one of those questions or all of them, this could mean that a soul contract, an agreement your soul made before this lifetime, is being fulfilled or evolving. Again, that's so exciting. You've learned what you needed and now it's time to move forward. And then the third thing that might occur around this eclipse. So opportunities, people, or ideas coming out of nowhere. I want you to think about. Liz, yes, I've been feeling like I'm in a space where I'm not feeling passionate about work. I've been wanting to run away from it, but this is the old pattern for me. Now I'm getting messages to stay. So I would definitely sit with that and get curious. Also, I'm feeling this sense of needing to let go of some friendships at work. Beautiful. Well, it is challenging, but beautiful that you're becoming aware of it and that you're listening to your intuition and to the universe supporting you. So if you've been offered an unexpected opportunity that aligns with a deep desire, don't be surprised, because this is what this eclipse can do for us. And I want you to think that someone new enter your life and it just feels like you were meant to meet them. That might be also the universe supporting your growth, your path. And finally, do you feel a strong inner pull towards a new path, even if it doesn't make logical sense? If it is a yes to anything that I've just mentioned, this is what I call a divine redirection. This is the universe moving things around to align you with your true path, even if it feels sudden or confusing. So I want you to really trust that this is happening for a reason and this is for your highest good. So if you've been noticing any of these signs, this eclipse is working with you and for you. It's not just about something happening to you. It's about your soul shifting and evolving. Again, this is so exciting. This, what I've just been talking about, I'm not sure whether you've got the same associations, but this really reminds me of Persephone, the myth of Persephone in Greek mythology. So I want to mention a little bit about a story of transformation. Because the story of Persephone, I always pronounce her Persephone. Yeah, Persephone. And her her journey, it used to be between the underworld and the surface world. And Persephone was the daughter of do you say Demeter in English, I hope? Like she's the goddess of the harvest. So one day, Hades, again I would say Hades, the god of the underworld, took her into his realm, and her mother's grief plunged the world into winter, symbolizing loss, transition, and the descent into the unknown. But this wasn't the end of Persephone's story. During her time in the underworld, she gained wisdom, power, and her own divine purpose as queen of the underworld. And every year she would return to the surface, bringing spring and new life with her. And like Persephone, we all go through times when we feel like we're in the underworld, facing endings, darkness, or uncertainty. But just as she emerged transformed, this eclipse is asking us to trust into your own rebirth. So I like that analogy, because for me, like anything that we are now encouraged to face or maybe forced to face feels like going into the underground. And with the coming spring, we are going to tap into new beginnings. So it is all promising. So like whenever things get really hard, know that you're doing your best, you're being supported. I have come up with my guides with a fun ritual inspired by Persephone, an eclipse release and renewal ritual that you can give it a try if you like any rituals around full moon. So number one, something that's going to symbolize a descent, so releasing the old. I would encourage you to write down what you're releasing. So that can be any old beliefs, fears, or toxic cycles. And then you can bury the paper in the soil, or you can burn it safely as a symbol of surrendering it to the universe. So that's number one. And then number two, the seeds of new beginnings. I bumped into my pomegranate today and it made me think of the new beginnings. But they can be any other seeds or any other fruit. So take pomegranate seeds or other seed fruit as a symbol of new life and wisdom. Hold them in your hand, close your eyes, and speak your intention over them. And then eat the seeds mindfully, imagining yourself absorbing their energy, just as Persephone embraced her fate and stepped into her power. And if you prefer not to eat them, plant them as a symbol of growth, representing the new chapter you're stepping into. And what I keep hearing my guides are adding now, you can exactly do the same with water. Yeah, you know that water changes its properties as well. So you can set an intention and you can drink then a glass of water, or you can water your plants as well. I think it's going to work that way as well. And how to interpret signs from the universe during this portal, because I know many of you are aware of various signs and what are synchronicities, but some of you might be completely new. So I want to mention briefly that eclipses bring heightened synchronicities, intuitive downloads, and vivid dreams. So then you may notice repeating numbers. Let me know in the comments whether you've been seeing repeating numbers. I see them everywhere, especially on the registration plates of like cars. It's fun. So repeating numbers, 111, 222, 555. Well, anything that keeps repeating itself in your life. Then encountering the same symbols or messages repeatedly. You might also feel a pull towards a new path. And then, what I've already mentioned, you might encounter unexpected endings or redirections. I would like you, and the spirit world would like you to trust them. And finally, I want to mention, to really wrap it up, that this eclipse is a powerful portal for transformation. Treat it as a chance to clear old energy and align with your soul's purpose, your soul's highest path. Yes, the angel numbers have been happening on the clock for me the past week or so. Also, really big dreams. I love it. And you can always rely on the oven clock. Like it always shows me 11:11. Like it's not adjusted properly, but I love my traditional, the timer on the oven. 11:11, 1:11. Yes, let anyone else been getting any messages through dreams? Let me know whether you're watching it live or on a replay. That's so beautiful. But basically, I just want you, if there was one thing that I would take from this live, I'd like you to go with the flow, allow yourself to be aware of what's shifting, allow those shifts to happen, because those shifts, we are having sun. Ooh. Sorry, that can be exciting in Scotland. Good. Anything that's happening, and it might seem difficult for you, it might seem challenging, it is for your highest good, and it is meant to support you. So yeah, I'd like you to stay with that. Let me know, do you normally do any rituals, or do you do anything around full moon? I'm going to pull a couple of cards just for the final message, for the collective, to see how we can support ourselves during this eclipse. Yes, and what we should prioritize right now. Let's see. What do we need to know? And I keep hearing this one as well. Okay. Okie dokie. And I need those, I keep hearing. I don't have any rituals yet, but I like this idea of having a ritual. And it's also beautiful to, sometimes be playful and do a ritual, if you feel like doing it. And also, if you've been feeling uprooted or maybe unsettled, it's been a challenging period for me, for instance, then being intentional and then dedicating some time to actually do something for yourself can be very nurturing and grounding. So I would definitely give it a try. And then you can come up with your own rituals, which is fun as well. Okay, so the Strength card. We are being reminded that we are of light. I'm attending Full Moon Circle this Friday. Yeah! I saw sacred geometry in my dream this week. Love it. Beautiful. We are light. We are of light. We are being reminded that whatever keeps coming to the surface, any challenges that you're going through are going to bring more light, and they're going to help you heal. You are now learning. You are now learning and completing your life lessons so that you can start with full realigned energy and you can enjoy new beginnings. You are being encouraged to have fun and be creative. So I feel like this ritual might be fun to give it a try. But definitely whatever you are doing now is going to help you to become aware of what needs to be released and what you can heal and